Okay, everybody, so I am in my favorite Dollar Tree and I am looking at yarn, as you can tell. So they've got some new colors since I was in here just before Christmas. They still have they call this navy, so there's that. And they still have this black. They don't have very many of them, but they have the black. A new color that they got in is gray. Where is it? There it is. Gray. And it's a pretty gray. It's kind of a dark gray. And then they have this aqua color. There's that. And they have a light blue, which is called light blue. It's pretty bright. I like it. That's pretty for springtime. They have the hibiscus. And then they have an emerald green. Deep emerald, they call it. They still have salmon. They always have the salmon color. And they have light mauve. It's kind of it's a light purple. And then they have, it's called iris. It's a darker purple. And let me see, they have cocoa. These are all the chenille yarns I'm showing you. Oh, they have a really pretty red one. And it is called Crimson. That's really pretty. I like that one. Oh, and they have a bright yellow, and they call it Lemon. There's Lemon. Let's see, what else do they have? Oh, yeah. They have, it looks like one of the oyster. It's like a very light peach color. And then they have the mint green. There's that. This yarn is so messed up. And then I thought I said, oh yeah, they have white. There's the white. And here is pink. So they did get some new colors in since the last time I was in here. And then their regular yarn, they have, it's called Ballet Slipper. And it's like a kind of a pinkish purple color. They have, this is also, this is called turquoise. I have some of that at home already. Here's this really dark red. It's called Ruby. It's really, really dark red. It's really pretty though. And then they have black and yellow. Black and yellow. And then they have gray. There we go. Oh, and they have this really pretty eggplant. Look how pretty that is. Here's a pretty blue color. This is called Classic Blue. Look how pretty that deep blue is. That's gorgeous. And then they have, oh, imagine that. Chocolate brown. That's pretty. That's a pretty color. Oh, and then my favorite color is called Sherbet. It's my favorite. And I think that's all. Oh, let's see. Oh, what's this pink one down here? They just call that pink. Pale pink. There it is. Well, hello everybody. It is Sunday afternoon and I stopped at Dollar Tree on my way home from church. I was looking to see if they had any new yarn colors since the last time I was here a few weeks before Christmas, probably about a month or so before Christmas. And I picked up some new colors so I could make more hair scrunchies, which I did that. I will show them to you later on in the video. So the colors the new colors that they have are really pretty. They got lots of springtime colors, which I am looking forward to coming back and getting at least 2 skeins of each of the new colors and some of the other colors that I already have, so I can finish a few of the scrunchies that I did not get to finish. I can usually get about 4 hair scrunchies per skein. Sometimes I can get a little more, sometimes I can get almost 5. So the ones that I got more than 4 scrunchies are the colors that I would like to get when I come back. So Anyway, I didn't get to do as much of a video as I wanted to because there were quite a few people in there and I didn't want to interrupt what other people were doing, and there was quite a bit of talking and stuff. So I did what I could and I left it at that. So I hope y'all are okay with me showing you the chenille yarn that I was looking at and some of the regular yarns. So if you want to see more of just the regular yarn rather than just the chenille, drop a comment below and I will come back and we will take a look at the regular yarn that they have, and I will show you the new colors that they have in the regular yarn. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to get myself home so I can have some lunch and probably take a Sunday afternoon nap. That's always good. A Sunday afternoon nap always helps. So I will see you in a little bit. Well, hello, friends. I know it's been a few weeks. I have been attempting to get my phone and my tablet synced up so I could get this video finished up and get it out to you. And I will have 2 more videos ready for you. So I should be getting caught up with these videos again. And a few weeks ago, before the ice storm hit, I was on my way home from church and I stopped in my local Dollar Tree. Well, one of the local Dollar Trees, my favorite store. And it's just a few miles from my house. So anyway, I wanted to see if they had any new colors of the just chenille yarns. And lo and behold, they did. They delivered very, very well, as you will see in the video. All kinds of gorgeous colors. I am going to make some more hair scrunchies. So I'm looking forward to that with all the pretty new spring colors and everything that they've got. And so the other thing I purchased, if you see right up there, that wooden box, because I didn't have anywhere to put all those small skeins of yarn. So I purchased that at the Dollar Tree for $10. I'd love to have a bunch more of them because I absolutely adore them. So all of the yarns that I purchased at Dollar Tree are right there in that box. The other thing I put in that box were 5 skeins of Premier. They're 3.5 ounce skeins of Premier yarn. It's a size 5 weight. It's a bulky size 5 weight, and this is yarn that I used to make a scarf. So here is the scarf. I have never done cables before, so I'm really proud of myself for doing this. And you know, cables were not as difficult as my brain tried to make it think it was. So anyway, here is the scarf. I did a fade. If you can see the dark and then a medium and then a light, and then it goes back to the medium and the dark. So that was 3 skeins of yarn. It was supposed to come out, the scarf was supposed to come out 72 inches, I believe. And it came out, I believe, 68, which is plenty long enough for me. I want to say, let me measure this. And now that I completed the scarf, I don't need it anymore because when I finished it, the weather warmed up. Okay, so there is 60 right there. Let me see, how long did this come out? 60. Oh, it came out 70 inches. So it's only 2 inches shorter than the pattern called for. But I used up every inch of that yarn. And it was 3 skeins, 3.5 ounce skeins. And it's Premier yarn. It is Premier yarn. So, and it was very nice yarn, as you can see here. Isn't that nice yarn? I like that. I know I'm covering up my face again, but look how nice that yarn is. It's soft, it's squishy, and I will have it for next fall and winter when it gets cold. I like it because it's long, it hangs on me nicely, it's wide, it will keep me warm. Look at that. I can cover up my face, my mouth, and my nose and keep myself warm when the cold winds start blowing and all of that. All of the things, as we hear it say. So, the Premier yarn, I introduced that several weeks ago, back in January, I told you about the premier yarn that I had gotten in a Happy Mail. So this is what I did with part of it. I still have skeins of yarn that I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. I'll probably make some beanies because I enjoy crocheting winter beanies. So I will probably do some of those. So there's that. And okay, one of the things that I was thinking when I was making this scarf is that the cables were going to slow me down and it was going to take forever and a day to make this scarf with cables. But the cables didn't slow me down at all. They actually turned out quite nicely, and I rather enjoyed making it. Once I got used to the pattern and I understood how to make the cables, it was very easy. It wasn't difficult at all. So I was really happy about that. Okay, I'm going to pull you forward a little closer to me. Okay, so the other thing I purchased at Dollar Tree, and I probably should have gotten this. Hang on just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so another thing that when I purchased this yarn up here, the other thing I purchased, I found something kind of fun. Dollar Tree sometimes has these Crafter Square amigurumi kits. And I know that's backwards to you. I'm sorry about that. But there it is. And it's supposed to be this little yellow dinosaur with the 3 little spikes up the back. So, and they make it look so easy. They make these things look so easy. And they put this little chintzy plastic crochet hook in it. If you're a beginner crocheter, do not buy this kit. Because it's not it's not self-explanatory. Unless you are a seasoned crocheter, please do not get this kit because you will not be able to put it together. I had to look at the pictures, read the directions several times, and figure out what they were talking about so that I could put it together correctly. And because I know how to do because I understand how to do the magic circle and get this round thing going and all that, I kind of understood the basics of what I was doing. So I was able to count my rows and count my stitches and get everything semi in the correct spot. Okay, so the other thing about this kit, and I used a really small hook so I could get the most use out of my yarn. But the problem is they don't put quite enough yarn in the kit for the entire project. So as you can see, I made the body and the tail out of the yarn that they gave me. I was able to make 2 of the spikes out of the little bit of yarn that they gave me for that, the little purple spikes. So what I ended up doing was, I know this is a crazy looking animal, isn't it? So we've got one color yellow for the body, and I found a different color yellow for the legs. And then for the 3rd spike, I ended up using a 4-ply sparkle yarn, if you can see that sparkle there. So I did manage to get the eyes in the correct spot where it needs to go. They did not give him a mouth for some reason, for whatever reason. But anyway, so that's the other reason I don't really recommend these little kits, is because they don't put enough yarn in there, and the yarn that they put in here, you can't find that yarn anywhere else. So if you don't have enough yarn to finish your project, you're just kind of sunk unless you have yarn of your own. Maybe you can take the basic kit, if you have the colors that shows, or just use your own colors and make the project yourself with the yarn that you have. So that is another possibility here. But they show that there's supposed to be enough yarn for all of that, but there really wasn't. So unless you're a seasoned crocheter and you have lots of different colors of yarn and you can make this yourself, I don't recommend these kits. Okay, I'm just saying. Bad review on that. Sorry to say that, but and I'm not great at amigurumi anyway, but this is kind of a cute little, I'm going to name her Princess because she's got sparkles in her spikes. I could just name her Sparkles, I guess. But anyway, that's probably the 3rd amigurumi anything that I've ever done. And I'm not great with it anyway, but when the kit doesn't give me enough yarn and stuff to work with it, it's not likely to turn out all that great. So I'm just saying. Okay. So anyway, the scarf that I made, I didn't finish my story on that. So the pattern that I used is a pattern called Fiona Simple Cabled Scarf. And there it is instructions and everything. So you've got written instructions, and there is uh, the pattern on the grid pattern to show you where your cables need to go and everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the book that this pattern came from is on Amazon. I am going to share the link with y'all in the description. So if you want to make this or a similar scarf like it, you can actually find this book on Amazon. And the name of the book is Knit How. Knit How by Megan, Meghan Fernandez, Fernandes. So, and like I said, I will leave the link to Amazon where you can find this book, Knit How by Megan Fernandez. And it's the book, there's a lady on the front of the book. There's a woman's face on the book. So anyway, well, here, let me see if I can find it for you, and I can show you what it looks like so that you won't. There it is. Okay, it's right there, the lady with the scarf on her neck. It's that right there. If I can get that to focus. There you go. Knit How by Megan Fernandez, and it's on Amazon. So that is the book that I got this pattern from. And these patterns, I've looked at several of them, and they are fairly easy book patterns to follow. So you shouldn't have a problem with it. Okay, so there was something else I was going to share with you. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you. Guess what I discovered this week? You know what I discovered this week? Guess who sells Big Twist yarn now? Oriental Trading Company. If you go to orientaltrading.com, let me see if we can get that focused. Oriental Trading sells Big Twist yarn. And what I'm showing you right there, those are the 1 pound skeins for $8.99 or $8.98. And they have 6 different colors in that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Those are the 1 pound skeins. And then they have the 6 ounce skeins, 2 skeins for $6.98. Right there. Look at that, folks. And they have all kinds. And then they have the packs of yarn. This is all Big Twist. The packs of yarn, they come in 3 skeins for $14.98. This is through Oriental Trading Company, and they had the 3 packs. They have 6. They have 6 different colors in that. Let me see if I can get that to scroll down. There we go. Aren't those gorgeous? Look at that. And then it goes back to the 2 packs and the single skeins and all that. But they've got them. They are just, I am so thrilled that they have big twist yarn, and you can order it from Oriental Trading Company. I never in my entire life would have thought that Oriental Trading would have sold yarn or anything like that. But it is true, folks, and there is your proof. That wasn't just a wishful thinking, and the reason I found that out is because it came across my Facebook feed. And I went, really? But instead of, I did not want to access the Oriental Trading site through Facebook in case it was a scam or and all that. I don't want people getting my information. So I went out completely out of Facebook and went to orientaltrading.com. I went directly to the website to see if it was truth, and it was. So you can now get Big Twist yarn in the 1 pound skeins, single skeins, 2 packs, or packs of 2 or packs of 3. So, and they have all kinds of gorgeous colors. So if you're looking for Big Twist and you want to know, and those are all very, very reasonable prices. Those are actually, as far as I'm concerned, comparable to what I used to pay at Joann's for them. So I was really, really happy about that. So if you're looking for Big Twist, go to Oriental Trading. Very affordable. Very, very affordable. All right, so y'all have heard and seen enough. I took you on a tour of my local Dollar Tree, and we spoke about that for a minute, and then I showed you what I've been doing the last few weeks. Oh, I also, let me show you. I need to show you this because, okay, our pastor has 3 daughters, and one of them is expecting her child this month. So these are not the booties that I knitted for the pastor's daughter, because I've already given that gift, but I want to show you these cute little, and I will put the link in the description so that if you want to learn how to knit these little booties, because these are so cute. Look at these. Look at how precious and adorable those little booties are. How precious, how adorable is this? Look at that. And you can actually put like a little ribbon on it or a little bow or something. You can decorate those up whatever you want. I also there is a crochet pattern that I also have. This one is by Nastasia. I will leave her link as well. I love this one right here. I absolutely adore. No, not this one. I'm sorry. Scratch that. This booty right here. These booties. These little cuties. Look at how cute this is. This one is by Nastasia. Look at how cute those little boots are. And I found a little flower to hot glue on the front of that little boot to make those cuter. And I made some little boy boots. Let me see, where are they? Oh, these are cute. I sewed buttons on these. Look at how cute those are. So I will put that link in the description as well, because I want you to have the links of where I am finding these patterns from, because they're so cute, especially these little knitted ones. Those are just the most adorable little boots, and they're super easy to make. It takes about probably 15 or 20 minutes to make a little boot. I make them. This is a worsted weight size 4 yarn, and I make them with a size 5 a double pointed needle. So let me show you my DPNs here. Let's see, where are they? There they are. That is what they look like. Those are size 5 DPNs, and that's all it takes to make the little booties. Okay? So then the other thing I like to do is I crochet these cute little, the pattern that I have is from Yarnspirations. Let me show you. It's Yarnspirations We Knit Cap, and I believe I have introduced this before. I have shared this link before, but I will do it again. And you can make a preemie, 3 to 4 pounds, or 5 to 6 pounds, a newborn, 7 to 9 pounds, or a 3 months, which is 10 to 12 pounds. So usually the ones I make are the newborns and the 3-month ones. I have several preemies that I have made, but I haven't. So I have all these baby hats that I have done. So this is what the 3 to 6 month size looks like. This is what the 3-month size looks like, and that looks like a pretty good size little hat. And the thing about that, no, that's not the Yarnspirations one. I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, so I have all these little hats that I've done, and they're pretty good sized hats for 3 months old. You want them to fit their little heads. This is the newborn size, and you can see by the comparison, the newborn, and this is the 3-month. So that's quite a bit of difference. Here's some little boy hats that I've made. Aren't those cute? So I had all this blue yarn, and then I had this yarn was left over from another project that I had made, and I had just a little bit of this left over, so I did my stripes. I thought it was fun to do stripes. So there you have it. And these little hats, you knit them on the flat, and then, okay, so here is the seam. So you knit them on the flat and then sew it up. It's super, super easy. It takes probably about an hour or so to make one of those hats. It doesn't take very long at all. And you can, like, if you have scrap yarn that you want to use that's really good for a stash buster of your scrap yarn. If you want to use up scrap yarn, see there? This is Just Yarn by Premier, And this is just a regular worsted weight. So again, I use, actually, I think I use my size, no, I use size 5s on this. And I knit it on the flat and then sew it up. So like super easy. These hats are super, super easy. And the pattern is super easy to follow. There's another one. I made those for the little girls. And you can either use a sport weight, like the Bernat baby sport weight. You can use a 3 weight. And some of these I've actually used a 4 weight, because this right here, this peach color, this is a 4 weight. This is actually a worsted weight, and this is a 3 weight. So I kind of mixed my fibers, but it works. It still worked. And oh, this yarn right here, this color right here, I ordered that from Temu, and I really like it. It's called Milk Cotton, and I can put that in the description or whatever if you want me to as well. So anyway, that's what I've been working on, and I love making the baby booties and little hats and all the stuff. I, for some reason, I don't know. I guess I'm in that grandma mode. I love babies, love my grandkids. My grandkids are all grown up and they're getting married now. They're becoming adults, and it's not fair. I need some great grandchildren now, I guess. Anyway, so that concludes this video. Next week, I will show you what I found at Ollie's and Michael's. All right. You guys have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.